It's Monday. And so listen, I almost missed you guys, but I was like, you know what, Jerusha, change your perspective. Go live, go live. You can do it, girl. Get it together. So yes, I understand your pain. It's interesting. Yes, we got Instagram in the building. I'm streaming in several places. So let me know that you are present. Toya in the building, Taylor in the building, Tiana in the building. Hello, gorgeous. Good to see you. Yes, Jesus loves you. Thank you so much. Yes, I need all the prayers I could get today. I was like getting steamed up and I was like, all right, calm down. Let's change your perspective. It's all right. It's all right. You can handle it. So it's Monday. I know if you watch the replay, put replay. If you tag two people, share the broadcast. You and I just became besties. If you are a newbie to me, put newbie in the chat. Say, I'm a newbie to Jerusha. That just means you're just now hearing the sound of my voice. You are a newbie to me. Normally, I go live about 1:30. Yes, today, your girl was struggling. I think sometimes you need to hear that because people often think that you're always excited. You always, are motivated. You always are inspired to do the work. You're not always. And so today, man, some things was happening. I was like, I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it. Laura in the building. Yes, give God all the glory and the praise. I got a newbie in the building. Africa Brown in the building. I love my newbies. Say hi, Jerusha. If you are a newbie, please put it in the chat for me today. Yes. And so when I tell you, it's interesting is that you do what you have to do now so you can do what you want to do later. It's very important that you understand that. Now, every entrepreneur, right, always are doing things that they don't want to do, but they have to do because you like the end results. Yes or yes. And understand, people think self-employment and entrepreneurship is the same. It's not. Okay. It's not the same. If you have a business, right, and you have to be present in your business 24 hours, 7 days a week, you are self-employed. Write this down. Say, Jerusha said, if you have a business, right, and whether you go away for 2 weeks or a month or 90 days, your business is still bringing in profit. You are an entrepreneur. So if your business is not at a place where you're creating residual income, whether you do work or not, you're self-employed. And so if you love that, great, keep doing it. If you want to be more of an entrepreneur, where if you work or not, you're bringing in pillow profit. Hashtag pillow profit. Pillow profit is basically you can be sleeping on your pillow and people can still purchasing your product. People can still, join your organization. And so you want to make sure you're in a place where you're happy with the results. And if you're not happy with the results, you better get to work. And so, yeah, so that's why I am a big believer in do what you have to do now so you can do what you want to do later. And so if you can relate, say, Jerusha, yes. So I just want to share with you really quickly, change your perspective. Oh, Canada in the building. Can you imagine we have the whole wide world in our hand? I got Canada in the line. Let me know where you're tuning in from. I love it. Where I could be in one place, have multiple streaming going on, and I can touch people in New Jersey, Chicago, Canada. I'm like, what? Listen, it's so much available for us. We've got to make sure that we're learning these tools and utilizing these tools. Don't be a fool. Use the tool. Tennessee in the building. Of course, Atlanta in the building. And so, yes, I want to tell you, isn't that incredible that you can press a button and you could start whatever you have going on, educating, servicing, other people, communicating, making others laugh, whatever your niche is. You can certainly be doing that on a daily basis. How cray is that? Yes. Beverly in the building. Good to see your beautiful faces. So I just want to share with you, change your perspective, because I was struggling today. I still have to work out. I normally work out, kind of rambling a little bit. I normally work out in the morning and I'm like fired up, like, let's go. I don't like to work out. Like, let me just tell you, I like the results of working out. Do what you have to do now so you can do what you want to do later. I was fasting for 40 days, 40 nights, and it ended yesterday. And so ice cream is my favorite dessert in the world, and good ice cream, not McDonald's. And so I was just, because I love ice cream, I have to work out. I have to. It's an addiction. And so I have to work out all the time. And so just understand, if you want results in your business, you got to work when you don't want to work, baby. You got to make sure. So I don't always feel like doing it. So this morning I was like, I don't feel like it. I don't think I'm like, I don't feel like it. But I was like, all right, this is what I'm going to do. Right. And so I'm still going to do some more later on this afternoon with my son. But I can tell you, when you get it done, you feel so much better. Like, I didn't want to go live, but I was like, because I normally go live at 1:30. I was like, but go live. You can still do it. Girl, shake it off, shake it off. You can still do it. So here I am. And so I was like, when I get on live, you guys get me excited. I don't know what it is, but I'm like, yes, let's go. So I say, this is going to get my energy up. Let me do it. And so, yes. Oh, Texas in the building. Hey, Sylvia in the building. Go ahead and tag 2 people, share the broadcast. And so I just wanted to share that with you. Is everything is perspective. Like, how are you looking at your business? How are you looking at your situation? And so it's very important that you also understand everything that we go through. We are learning a lesson. Okay. So everything, I try to write it down, because I'm like, Lord, I don't want to learn this lesson again. I think I got it. How many of you like, Lord, is the lesson up yet? I think I got it. I think I can pass this class. Right. So you want to make sure you write down. I don't know if you journal or just write down. I just have a notepad in my phone. I just make notes of different things so I can learn. My phone is about to go off over here, so let me hurry up. So I just think it's important for us in business that we make sure that we share different perspectives for people, because sometimes they can't see it. I can see myself developing 100 new entrepreneurs. I can see myself, helping 100 families. I can see myself, helping them earn $100,000. If you want to be a part of the 100, put 100 in the chat. I can see that. And sometimes people, when they get started or they want to get started in business, they can't see the success. So you have to offer your perspective. Does this make sense? Yes or yes? Okay. So it's not what you look at that matters. It's what you see. So if you can change the way you look at things, the things you look at change. Jerusha, everything we hear is an opinion, not really a fact sometimes, right? But everything we see is perspective, not the truth. And so even though things happen out of our control, you always hear people say, okay, let's look at the good side. Let's look at what could have happened. Like I was in a major car accident, me and my son years ago, whatever. I could have looked at all of the tragedy behind that, like the trauma. It was dramatic, I'm telling you. But people were like, but you're alive. Let's look at this perspective, but you're alive. And so we want to make sure we offer that to our potential, whether it's a person you're selling to or a potential teammate or a new member. You want to make sure you give it to them, because they can't see it. Especially when you're going through, you can't see it, right? And so you got to use somebody else's sight, right? Well, it's their vision. You got to use that. And I got to tell you guys something. This is interesting too, talking about perspective. So a girl messaged me. I don't know, do you guys get messages like this asking for money? So this girl messages me and she said, hey, can you give me $200? No, borrow $200. Well, I don't know her or anything like that. And so I'm like, no, but I have an opportunity where you can earn $200. Well, she said something about, her boyfriend kicked her out or something. So that let me know maybe she can't start a business, because you do need money to start a business, right? Even if it's an app, you still need some money to start a business. So I said, no, thank you. I wouldn't be able to help you. So then she came down to, can you give me $50? And so I was just like, no, thank you. Like I won't be able to do that. And so what was interesting is she messaged me back and said, fake Christian. Now, normally, right, if in my other days, when I'm not working on myself, I would have responded, right? I would have responded in a way that probably wasn't the best, just overreacting. But I was like, you know what? She probably is in a different place, right? She's probably struggling right now to be asking a stranger. And I'm not going to say anything that would trigger her, right? So I was just like, it's interesting when people assume just because you are, a Christian, or just because you love the Lord or whatever, that you have to say yes. No is a complete sentence. It's okay to choose to say no, thank you. It's okay to say no. It doesn't have anything to do with your belief. And so I thought it was interesting that she replied, fake Christian. And I was just like, what if I really was going to help you? What if I thought about it later and I was like, you know what? I want to help her. She put her Cash App and everything. And of course, I know somebody gonna say maybe it's a scam, maybe, but I don't really base it on if it's a scam. When I walk out the door and people ask for money, I don't go, it's a scam. If it's in my heart to give, I give it. It doesn't matter to me whether you're trying to scam. If I feel I want to help, then I just help. I don't think about if you're going to purchase something that, is not the best for you. You said you wanted food, but you went and got something else. I don't even worry about anything after that. I just say, oh, well, God placed it on my heart. Oh, let me give this person. And so I thought that was interesting that people think just because they assume you're in a certain place or you are serving the Lord that you should just give. So isn't that interesting? So tell me in the chat what y'all think about that. But that's all I respond. I didn't respond negatively or anything because it wasn't necessary. I just said, that's too bad. God bless you. Christians are allowed to say no, thank you. It's okay. It really is. But anyway, so tell me y'all perspective. So that's the point of that. Now, understand when you are in business, this is what I wanted to share. You've got to learn how to offer a different perspective, especially when people are going through or they're in situations or they are stressed out and they feel like there's no way out. You have to be that person and say, you know what? Let's look at it like this. So if someone wants to start a business with you and they don't have the investment, now, even to be in a business, network marketing, direct sales, or a brick and mortar, you got to have some money. Even if it's to purchase something, you got to have something. And say they don't have the investment and they have all these things coming at them. I need you to learn how to just share a different perspective. They're thinking of debt. You're thinking this is how you're going to get out of debt. So as soon as somebody says they don't have the money, I'm like, this is going to help you get the money. And I know they can't see that. And so I don't need to say this is going to help you get the money because that's not helping them. They're like, I don't know. They're still not sure. So what I've learned to do is you can write this down. Pretty person is putting this in the chat for me. And if you're joining me, you're like, well, for the first time, I'm Jerusha, your business coach, been an entrepreneur for over 15 years. I know a thing or two. I help people build their businesses online and offline. So I help, you learn how to leverage and monetize social media. I'm currently developing other entrepreneurs, business coach, speaker, social marketer, all the things. So I'm pretty qualified to teach on this. And I do what I say. Okay, so this is what I've learned to ask when someone doesn't have the money. You can write this down, and a pretty person is going to put this in the chat for me. If they say, I want to start a business, I need to start a business, I don't have the money, I take that pressure off of them, and I ask, what if this only paid off your car payment? What if starting a business only paid off your house note? What if starting a business took care of daycare? What if it only took care of your child's tuition? What if this only helped you take care of your parents? What if this only helped you take care of your parents' medicine? What if this only, I know somebody writing this down, you getting it, right? I'm only giving them a different way to look at it because what they're seeing is, I don't have the money. And I know what that feels like. So I'm talking from experience, right? Oh, I don't have that. And that's all you can see. But if somebody else comes and say, what if you did get started and it could help you, let your child go on a school trip? What if it only did that? Now the person like, well, that would be great because they will be willing to work for it. They're not willing to be on your team. They're not willing for what? They can see if this only helped my parents, or they can see now if it only paid my car insurance. They can see it, but they couldn't see that because you didn't offer it. Does this make sense? So the only thing you can sometimes do is write this down. The only thing you sometimes have control over is perspective. You don't have control over your situation. Okay. And so you got to change when you're speaking to someone what they're thinking about. They're thinking about debt, woe is me. And you got to be that light, that shining light that you are, and say, let's look at it like this. Okay. What if you started a business to make extra money? Would it be worth it if you could just pay off your credit cards? And then they start thinking whatever you can imagine is real. Now they're thinking, oh yeah, that could pay off my credit card. Oh yeah, that could send my son on that vacation or that school trip. Oh yeah, it could pay for his uniform. Yeah, it could pay for cheerleader practices. Oh yeah. You gave them a different way to see it. Does this make sense? And so don't make it about you. Always be interested, not interesting. You've heard people say that, right? You want to be interested in their situation because something is holding them back, especially if they said money. Something is in the way. And if your opportunity, your business could solve that problem, you got to be able to ask the right questions to get them to think a different way, that this might be possible for me, for my situation, not for you. Nobody cares that it's for you. Not for you. I promise you. People only care about their situations and themselves. And it's, that's just how it is. Once they get in a better situation, they can care about others. But if someone is like, I need this for my family, they're not thinking about helping you on your team. So we got to make sure that we're asking questions that make sense. Are you following me? Say, Darusha, are you following me? Okay. Now, so if it costs $700 to start your business or $500 or whatever it costs to start your business, it would make sense for you to say, okay, investing $500 in a business to create, right? To create money to pay for your childcare, would that be important to you? Investing $200, okay, in a business that's going to create the money that you need to pay off whatever. You see what I'm saying? That's how you want to talk to people. You never want to make them feel bad because you never know. Things always change for every single person. So you always want to give them a word of encouragement. Like, it's possible. People have done it. And you always want to offer different stories. I know people who actually was homeless, like living in a car, started a business with me, and then they started thriving. So it's many stories that people have overcome their situation, but they may not have heard about those. So it's your responsibility to share those stories, share the stories. Does this make sense? Say, Darusha, if you are loving this, like, I never knew what to say. Now I know what to say. So write this down. This is very important. People don't argue with what they say. They argue with what you say. And so if I asked you, okay, if it only helped you pay for your parents' medicine, would it be worth it to you? And you say yes. You're not going to argue with me because you agreed. You follow me? People don't argue with what they say. They argue what you say. So you let them say it. You let them see it. And so ask questions to get them answering themselves. Ask questions to get them imagining reaching the goal. Ask questions that provoke an emotion. The only reason I started originally my direct sales business was because I wanted to still have more time with my son. And my son was a preemie, all the things. And I was like, I don't care what I need to do if it's legal. I need to do that because I want this. And so when the girl was like, yes, you'll be able to stay at home. You'll be able to make an executive level income. You'll be able to make your own schedule. You'll be able, I was like, she's talking my language. It's about me. Is she talking to my language? What do I need to do? I'll find the money. I had it already, but I'm saying if I didn't, you'll find what you want to do. Just like you found tickets, money to get tickets for Beyonce. I don't believe you can't find it. It's just so funny how we can find it for certain things. But to invest in yourself, you need to find it. So the two most important days of our lives is the day we were born and the day we find out why we were born. So think about, why are you here? What's your purpose? Are you serving other people? And also make sure that you're thinking of other people whatever you're doing. It's always important to say, let me see if I can help this person. Like that young lady, I probably would have went back and could have helped her, but not with that attitude, not with that response. So you never do that. You don't know how the blessing is going to come. And it doesn't have to come when you want it, but it's going to be right on time. It is, I promise. So be interested in people, not interesting, and find out what will put them into action. The moment she said, I could work from home, I'll still earn an executive level income, I went into action. I was now inspired because people had already done it. Action precedes motivation. So now they have a reason to do it, because you're like, what if it could only pay off whatever? Would that be worth it to you? And usually if it's something that's close to their heart, it's something that they want, then they see the need to actually do it. It's necessary. So you cannot solve today's problems with the same level of thinking in which they were created. We've got to think a new way to manifest a new thing. And so help people think a new way. Help people when you're talking to them about your business, your service, your product, help them see your perspective and how this is going to serve them eventually. Because it might not serve them immediately, but eventually it's going to happen. Change your perspective. Was that good or was that good? Did you learn something? If you learned something, say Jerusha, hashtag helpful. If that was helpful to you, put helpful in the chat. Put helpful in the chat. And yes, please tell me your perspective. I'm open to reading your comments and your perspective about that. And how do you feel about somebody saying that to you that don't know you, right? And so it's interesting. Misty in the building. Yes. Oh, thank you for putting that in the chat. Helpful. So please, if this is helpful, please make sure go back and watch the replay. If you missed some of it, those questions are crucial. It's going to help you actually help more people. And that's the goal of your business. If you're in network marketing, direct sales, social retail, it's going to help you help more people because they see you're interested in their, whatever their dreams and goals are. So this phone is about to die on Instagram. So I'll see your beautiful faces. I'm just thankful that grace and mercy follow me. I'm Jerusha, and I'll see you on the page. Oh, thank you so much.